Let's face it, action films are getting repetitive. So obviously Hollywood executives have been thinking we need a gimmick to liven things up. Something to add a bit of zest to your typical mass shootout. How about like a mass shootout using harpoons? You know, gang warfare amongst the whaling community in the 19th century, or a mass shootout using catapults amongst the Amish community in the 21st century. We'll light every scene using candles. We'll save a fortune in electricity. Or maybe we could have a mass shootout amongst the mass shooter community. Because of an admin error, all the mass shooters in American jails are released. And then they have a mass shootout with each other, which involves a lot of mass shooting. Just in case people are craving more mass shootings. But then the executives stopped microdosing LSD, went back to using cocaine again, and realized it'd be much easier to just give the hero of the movie a gimmick. Maybe give him a stutter. So if it's a James Bond film, it would take him about 30 minutes to order a martini. Or maybe the hero could have bad breath or irritable bowel syndrome, or a roommate who labels his own food. That's annoying, eh? Then one of the executives went, I've got it. Let's make the hero autistic. Aut is hot. We just need to combine mass shootouts with love on the spectrum and we'll have a bona fide hit. And it's true. Autism is enjoying a resurgence of popularity. Some of our favorite people are autistic. Mr. Spock from Star Trek. Mr. Beast from YouTube. David Byrne from Talking Heads. Johnny Depp and Robert De Niro when they're having interviews. Lots of people are fucking autistic nowadays. Lots of younger people are probably autistic. I think it's about 75 to 80% of them nowadays, isn't it? And good for them. There's not as many autistic females, unfortunately. But maybe that's because they're much harder to find. One way to make an early check for autistic females is to see how many unicorns they have on their school lunchbox. Of course, playing Dungeons and Dragons is an automatic diagnosis for both sexes. Personally, I've sometimes wondered if I'm autistic, as I too have trouble functioning in society. Then things were cleared up for me one day when a doctor diagnosed me as being not autistic, but chronically lazy, irresponsible and selfish. I say it was a doctor, it was my ex-girlfriend's father, and he was holding a baseball bat at the time, but he was a registered nurse, so that must count for something. He may have overacted a tiny bit though. I mean, just because I'd used his credit card to fund a few nights on the town at various strip clubs buying champagne for myself and the very talented performers. I mean, I was down in the dumps. I needed cheering up. You think he'd be happy for me? Even now, I don't get any respect. I just spent £70,000 on OnlyFans using my wife's credit card, and she went ballistic when she found out. I said, do you mind? I'm putting these girls through nail salon school. But she wasn't having it, because everyone's so materialistic nowadays, if you haven't noticed already. Anyways, back to the film. The hero is an autistic accountant, who is also an assassin for some reason or other. A lady from the Financial Crimes Unit asks him to find a family from El Salvador. It's not clear why, or even clear why. Maybe the lady is looking to add more servants to her household, I'm not sure. By the way, the accountant is played by Ben Affleck, and in a massive break from the tradition of all his other films, Ben is actually likeable in this one. You don't believe me, do you? His character works with a bunch of autistic teenagers to solve crimes. I'm not sure how he met all these autistic teenagers. I had a Dungeons and Dragons convention, perhaps. Or that's about the only place where odd-looking adult men can stand around acting strange with teenagers nearby and still not be under any suspicion whatsoever. Oh look, it's autistic Eric. How are you, Eric? How's the train spotting going? Oh look, he's blinking. That means yes. The autistic kids are asked to help find their Salvadorian family by doing incredible autistic stuff like looking at CCTV footage, but in a really, really special autistic way. Finally, they find the mother of the family. Previously, she'd gone into a coma from too much hot sauce or something, and when she woke up, she'd become a deadly assassin with the ability to overpower 6'5" murderers through the power of girl power, the ancient martial art of Jerry Halliwell. Now, though, her son has been kidnapped by a drug and human trafficking organization based in Mexico. But for some reason, the operation is actually run by two white guys called Burke and Cobb. Maybe the cartels have embraced diversity, equity, and inclusion when it comes to hiring sociopaths. If so, it's nice to know the Sinaloa cartel has a caring and compassionate side too. To help rescue the son, Christian enlists his brother, who also just happens to be a cold-blooded assassin. Two brothers who earn their living by killing people. Wow, their parents did a sterling job in raising them, obviously. The homicidal brothers love each other a lot, but they're also constantly bickering. Kind of like the Gallagher brothers from Oasis, but not nearly as antisocial. I was thinking, actually, if this was a British film about an autistic accountant and his brother, it would probably be directed by Mike Lee and involve less machine gun fire and more sitting around in suburban living rooms while drinking tea and complaining about the government. All with a light drizzle outside. If it was directed by Ken Loach, it would essentially be the same film, except everyone would be unemployed. Anyways, various things happen, and then at the end, after releasing a hail of bullets for about 30 minutes, the brothers adopt a cat. Ben Affleck is good in this, so go and see it, just for that sheer miracle.